Run really to close out the half, took the lead from 13-8, and then to start the second half, I think it was a 22-7 run, and then we were just trying to basically from there play catch up, get back in the game. They took a 4-point lead, got it up to 7, great. But tough shooting night for our backcourt. Both guards go 1 for 10, and I thought coming into the game, we had done a pretty good job defending the 3-point line, and I thought we were about as poor today as we could have been on the one guy that we know can really shoot it in Gonzalez. So that was disappointing. But the difference in the game was a 3-point line. The fact that we gave 37%, and then our ability, offensively, I just thought I like to give other teams credit, and they did a great job. But the first half, we scored 32 points, probably less some points out there. But I don't know if our guys are tired or what, but certainly they look like a more energized team to me.
Billy, Chandler said that you told him at the half that you could see what was about to happen there to start the second half coming. Can you talk about that?
No, I saw it the last minute and a half of the game, the first half, and try to talk about it, try to address it. You see the energy, you see the passion and the enthusiasm. For whatever reason, I don't know, kind of coming out of them, and I knew just our disposition, watching them warm up to start the second half, seeing their body language in the locker room at half, talking about the first 4 minutes about we got to come out with energy, try to take it to a different level, we need to build on it. First possession, get a fairly decent possession, don't block out, give Harper a tip back in, layup, cuts to 6, give up a couple threes. So I saw it coming. So, I think when you're around guys long enough, you can see certain things coming. And I do believe this. I believe that, I can get them physically ready to play and get them to a point where we know they have legs. And I think as a coach, you can tell when guys are tired, fatigued, and worn out physically. But they got to get themselves mentally to understand that every game's 40 minutes. And you can talk about it and address it, but until they really take it upon themselves to come out there and to deal with that. But that was, again, I think the last minute and a half of the first half and the second half, the start of it, and we tried to turn on, lift up our energy, and I can't even talk about the other stuff that we made mistakes. Like at the end of the game there, we got Point and Walker wide open behind the 3-point line on like 4 offensive rebounds, and Macklin and Dan Warner and those guys are trying to play volleyball up there. All they do is just turn around and throw the ball back out for a wide open shot. Going under on a pick and roll on Gonzalez. There were so many basketball things that we didn't do correctly either.
Billy, that's what I was going to get to. The last 2 minutes, were you happy with the shots that you got, or how did you feel?
Yeah, I think I didn't think Kenny Boynton's shot was great there with a minute and a half, whenever it was to go. But the next possession, Irving Walker drove the ball, and he got fouled. And then the next possession, I think our shots were fine. I thought we got pretty decent looks. We got to the free throw line. We extended the game. They missed some free throws, gave us an opportunity. The only possession, if you said to me, that I would have liked to have had back was the one where I think we fouled with 5.4, and we had 4 or 5 cracks at it down 2, and we had guys open all over the court. And we got to find a way as a team to become a better fast breaking team. We don't convert on the break. Irving goes 1 for 10 today from the field, and a lot of it is getting hung up in the lane and trying to do too much. But we've been able to overcome a little bit of some bad shooting nights, but the way Gonzalez shot it today was really difficult.
Billy, you guys entered the game for number 1 in the country in defending the three-pointer. Why do you think Richmond was so successful behind the line?
A lack of awareness by us. Chandler Parsons on Gonzalez in the first half, hands down. He rises up right in front of him inside a minute. Lack of awareness. Irving Walker talking about on every screen by he and Anderson going over top, goes under on a pick and roll at the end of the clock. He stops behind the screen and shoots it. Just an awareness, and almost to me a lack of respect for scouting report and understanding what we got to do to take away what they do well.
Yeah, this Richmond team came in with a couple quality wins, so I'm sure that that had to factor into your preparation leading up to the fact that you were playing a quality opponent, even though they're not as heralded as a lot of the other schools out there.
Well, you know, they're a very good team. You know, they had great wins against Mississippi State and Missouri, and they had a tough loss to VCU, which was a close game that came down to the wire. They had an opportunity to run on the road. I thought they played South Carolina very tough. South Carolina pulled away the last 4 or 5 minutes of the game. The difference in the game was South Carolina completely destroyed them on the backboard. They had 24 offensive rebounds, which really was the difference in the game, because I thought Anderson played a very, very good game, as did Gonzalez.
Billy, after Tyus made the 3-point play and you were with 1 point with about 3 minutes left, how come you didn't have Tyus and Macklin play together, like you subbed one for the other towards the end of the game?
Because I really felt like we were struggling so bad offensively. Moving Dan Werner to the power forward spot is really a guy, if you looked at the end of the game there, really made a lot of great plays in the middle of the floor. We caught it, he had a nice drive around the guy, made a little floater in the lane there. And we needed offense on the floor. You know, we needed more offense. And Dan's one of our better passers, one of our better offensive players.
Like,
Two
did
more
this game
questions.
serve as a little bit of a wake-up call in your mind, or?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I hope the last 2 years we wake up calls. I have no idea.
Last question.
Billy, began the second half, when they made the run, you kind of let your guys play through it. What was the thinking there?
Yeah, you know, it's just, my feeling was when you're addressing that stuff, you know, going into the half, at halftime. And listen, I take responsibility from the standpoint that obviously what I'm saying to them is not getting through to them. Okay, so talking to them about the energy level they have to come out with in the second half, and seeing Richmond's bounce at the other end of the court to start the second half, and see us with a low level of energy, you know. I wasn't going to bail them out by calling a timeout. I almost wanted them to stop the bleeding themselves. Like, they had to step up. I wasn't going to intervene. You know, they needed to. I think there's certain times as a coach where you want to call a timeout, your team's playing well, maybe they